All right, this is going to be box 7 of the Purge. Again, I'm going to have to do probably 4 or 5 videos a day if I'm going to show every single box, because I have a ton more. There's probably more than 120 or more in my collection, but I kind of want to get this done reasonably during the summer. So, all right, let's go fast. And again, I think this box and the next one I show, a lot of stuff is staying. Even though this is damaged, it still is a newsstand for that. I have a direct of Visionary, so, but I might get rid of it because I have that number 1 and the number 2. So I may go ahead and put aside that number 1 because I do have 2. There is number 2 of that, which again, you've seen the other number 2. It's basically the same thing, so I'll probably get rid of that one. And number 3. Great toy line, great cartoon. Number 4. I need another number 4, but I never see these out, so that's the reason why in some ways it's hard to even get rid of my duplicates of stuff, because I just don't find them. Number 5. And number 6. I think it's his last issue, but I swear there's another that came afterwards, so I'll have to check on that. But, and this is another one of those. I hate to get rid of my duplicates because the original Mask series is not one you find a lot of. And I have 2 of the number 2. And I have 2 of the number 4. Oh, I'll take that back. 3 of the number 4. Number 6. And number 7. Oh, newsstand and a direct of that. So, and the big one of that, number 8. And I think it's out of the first ones where the one appears. Now this is the original miniseries, number 1. That other one was the ongoing series. Number 2. Number 3. And number 4. So again, I may not get rid of the duplicates of these. I kind of hate doing that with these because they're so hard to get a hold of any of the animated series stuff. I do not see them as much. It's just like Silverhawks. I've got only a handful of those. So, like I said, my boxes are not complete right now with what belongs where, but everybody remembers the saga of Crystal Warrior, number 1, number 3, number 9. Again, a toy line as well. But this is another one of those that I finished the series, so these are like probably ones to finish filling in and extra ones. And there we cross over into the Marvel Universe there. And go with our friend He-Man. He-Man. And that is our 1 of 3, 2 of 3, and 3 of 3. I did purchase those a while back together over time. I kind of was hoping they would eventually make a He-Man movie, but now I'm not sure I want them to, with as much as they mess up stuff. Number 1 of the regular series, The Slime Pit, number 3. 25th anniversary one with Hordak on the front, number 9. Number 10. And the only mini one from the toy line that I have. I do remember those because my brother was picking up more of the He-Man than I was. He had Battle Cat. I do have his He-Man here. And he had, I want to say he even had Skeletor and stuff. So he had a couple of the little comics we ended up getting out of that. Sectars, another animated one. Number 2, Newsstand. Number 2, Direct. Number 3. Number 5. And number 6. Now, I do believe somewhere in here I finished this series too. As you can see, my mess somewhat behind me there, over that way. I'm still going through everything as I do it. RT series of Mantech, number 1, and a Newsstand at number 3. And number 4, again, not a series you see quite often. I think I am missing 2. So again, this box is more my animated series stuff and, toy line. Love the Harlem Globetrotters. Love the cartoon series. I even took a low grade one. That was number 9 there. Love that one. See, I like green on there. And I have more of them, but these are the only 2 in this box. Now, Animax, I believe, was going to be a toy line or a cartoon, or was actually maybe a toy line. I don't know if it fell through or was just poorly advertised and just didn't show up that much. There's a Newsstand at number 2. Another Newsstand at number 2. Newsstand number 3. So I think there's maybe 4 in this series of them. And again, I'm trying to grab all the star ones. They tend to be harder to get at times. A little bit of our friend Yogi the Bear. It's funny because he's creating the mess that Boo Boo's picking up as he carries him. Yogi when he was with Charlton Comics. Yogi pretending he's, dreaming he's in the speedboat when he's really floating down the river. Another Charlton. Again, work on little ones like this to see what happens. RV Comics Spotlight. Little baby Yui. Spotlight on little Audrey. She's floating in there. She ain't touching the floor though. She's being pretty real with it. I have Harvey Hits. And again, that's going to be starring Rich, Little Dot, Lotta, Wendy, and Baby Yui. So, and of course, Richie Rich is there on the cover. Now we go to our friend Mighty Mouse. Now that's the old one from Pines, which is, like I said, it seems to be a very, 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 temporary kind of comic book company in that way. But eventually, Mighty Mouse went to Marvel. I do have the number 1 of this, which I got a while back, but I think I'm still short 1 of these. Him there with Submariner, even though he's not. And then this is the Crisis on Infinite Earths, the Death of Supergirl cover, redone. Same thing with this one against the Anti-Monitor. And if you look over here, that's the hero ones. I'm trying to remember the name now. I got 2 of the comic books from it, very Spider-Man-esque. Number 6. Number 8. Number 9. Very reminiscent of a Superman kind of cover. It was, Lois Lane hanging out with a new superhero kind of feel. Late Night with David Letterman, but Letterman, I think is what he calls himself. He's on there, so that's I think that could be the last of, but I gotta look into. Again, I haven't focused on them a lot. This is sort of I think this may be the only one of the Gold Key that was done this way. Then we have Pebbles and Bam Bam. That's after they got older. Number 5. Number 8. I always liked how they changed a lot of the costume colors because of everything. You can see them do sometimes the right way. Then you'd see like Betty is completely wrong, and I don't know if they just didn't know the colors or just was kind of trying to make them in different outfits. And again, like I said, with the animated stuff, like I got number 28, and I got a second number 28. Sometimes I don't like to give up those too much because I just don't find them as often. And Fred, he got 8 in that one by that little creature. His feet just sticking out. Number 29. 30. 34. This went on for a pretty good amount of time. 36. Then they got sold over to Harvey, and Harvey did just a 2-issue of them, and that pretty much ended. They didn't end up doing it anymore, which is kind of surprising. Harvey kind of runs with some of that kind of stuff pretty easy. And another one of my favorite cartoons, Speed Buggy. I picked up that first appearance a little while back, but I'd picked this one up first. I only have maybe like 2 or 3 Speed Buggies, so I'm trying to fill in the gaps of those. I think it only ran like 7 or 8 issues, so it's not a long run. And this is more the modern ones with Dynamite. That's number 4. This is the regular number 4. Now, the modern day, again, Charlton, Valley of the Dinosaurs went to Harvey. They did 1 issue. They didn't really do much with it, but it was 1 issue of Valley of the Dinosaurs, sort of to continue on. It's a 64-page one. I think they wanted to kind of fill in some of the gap, because if you're like me and you love Valley of the Dinosaurs and thoroughly enjoyed watching the cartoon, there's number 1. Here is another number 1. Number 2. And I'm not a big dinosaur person. I mean, Jurassic Park, all that stuff don't mean that much to me, but I love the situation of the butlers and traveling back, and sort of like a land of lost kind of thing, so it had a good feel to it. And again, watching them overcome, with the cave, people all the time and stuff. Number 3, 4, I think I got 2 or 3 left of these. Number 5, and this is where my gap kicks in, and it becomes number 9. So I think I got 6, 7, and 8. I gotta get 9, 10, and there's some great work on that if you really look at all the stuff and them with the dinosaurs and everything, and it's very true to the animation. And then I think that's the last one right there, is number 11. I don't think it went to 12, but if it did, that'd be as far as it went. So it was about a year's worth, but the show was about 1 year of a season. So again, Dynamite did the Johnny Quest. That's number 1. This is the other number 1 action sequence there, and number 2. Here's the I thought it was this, but here is the Mighty Heroes. That's who I thought it was right there in that one depiction with them. Like I said, that's number 1 by Marvel did, and this is the number 1 of Spotlight Comics. I don't think they have. Now, they could have had older appearance in something, because again, it's an older cartoon, but based out of this could be their first appearances off of this, because I think that come before the other. Excuse me. And if you remember Max Steel, the cartoon, it was more computer generated style. That's sort of what the book is like. It is a bigger book, so it's more of a, like that. And then we have the Power Rangers. This is a free comic book day one. A little bit of Disney. Love the yellow cover on that, and that has 50 happy years, so we must have been right at the point where they were celebrating that. TV's Casper and Company. So you get Casper, Herman, Baby Huey, Little Audrey, and Catnip. So again, and you kind of see them all on the front doing that. That's number 40 of that. Now, I got most of these, I believe, up to, if I'm missing any, it's a few. But this is the DC characters with the Hanna-Barbera. So there's the Flintstones with Booster Gold. There is Black Lightning with Hong Kong Phooey. Big Hong Kong Phooey fan. Love that show. Superman with Top Cat. I would have preferred them more to an animated style than the more realistic style. But again, they were Hanna-Barbera. I kind of wanted to get my hands on. So, and then this is another one, Martian Manhunter with the Marvin the Martian. So it's kind of a neat mix up with those two. Now this, I definitely want to get the rest of these. If you look, this is High Adventure Heroes, Hanna-Barbera's High Adventure Heroes. There's the Arabian Nights, which I love that cartoon, and the Three Musketeers on one, and the Micro Adventures with the Tiny Sea, which is their first episode, which I thought was pretty cool. Love those. And then this beauty, this is, I think it is number 2. I picked it up a little bit back. And again, it's got, I mean, you look, Galaxy Trio, Birdman, and then Shazam. And then you have Herculoids, Moby Dick, and Mighty Mator. So, what a great, these heroes would hold up against anything if you just put them in comics again and played them outright, like Dynamite somewhat is doing, and then actually run animated series with them. They would kill. One of the junk that's out there now, anyway. Huckleberry Hound. Now, I don't see a lot of these, but this is Mod Wills. Again, I love the animated styling there with those. Here we go. Another one of the Mod Wills. Again, don't see them that often, so if I see them, I usually try to get them. Now, this is Barney and Betty Rubble. It's their series, number 11. Number 12. I have 2 number 12s. Again, they're in costume, like they're supposed to dress right. They're completely off. So, I don't know, they just did that because they figured the women would change clothes more often. And this is the reprint of the Mad magazine. It started out as number 1 from EC. Beetle Bailey, number 105. Mutt and Jeff from Harvey. Another Mutt and Jeff from Harvey. One of my absolute favorite shows, Banana Splits. Love watching it. The last one, all the boys together on the front for Banana Splits. So that's it. That's really nothing going out of that box, but I figured I'd go through it and show it. That is number 7, box 7. So hopefully you enjoyed it. Maybe you've seen something. Maybe like some people that I've talked to, it won't allow you to purge anything, but actually be looking for other stuff. But that's not my fault. All right, I'll talk to y'all later. Have a good one.